Got it. Good morning. When it comes to the injuries, three guys of note, two, which we talked about yesterday, did not come back in the game. That was Cam and Stiggers, and they both had hips. So they'll be evaluated today and see exactly where that's at. Obviously, talked about Garrett and his injury. He has a knee. When we're finding out more about that, and I'll be able to give you guys that on Wednesday. And those are the guys when it comes to the injuries. And when it comes to the game, again, tough pill to swallow. I thought we had every opportunity to go and try to win this game, and we didn't. And listen, I know it's tough being 0-6, but with the midst of that, when it comes to yesterday's game, there were a number of improvements that I want to make sure that our guys understand that we're going to build on. And when it comes to that, man, I thought our special teams did a hell of a job. Having Kane back as a kick returner, that definitely helped us. I think Isaiah did a really good job as far as the punt returns. I thought our coverage teams did a really good job. When it comes to our defense, man, there were a number of things that we did well when it comes to defense. Number one, we got us a safety. We got a takeaway. We limited points. I thought we did really good against the run game, against their pass game, against an offense that I thought that was doing a really good job the last couple of games. And I thought that Wilkes did a hell of a job actually stopping what they were trying to do, and that comes to the boot game and things like that. On offense, we took a step back. I understand that, but there are some things in there that I really liked when it comes to how Tanner strategically tried to stick with the plan on going against the number one defense in the league. A team that has leading the league in sacks, a team that's doing a hell of a job against the run. And we tried to make sure we continue to run the ball against this team and try to get the ball out quick. And listen, I know there were some times where the ball didn't come out quick. And with that, man, there was a number of things that we got to get better at to do that. And that's from protection, getting open, and also Justin getting the ball out. So I understand that. And one thing I do know is, man, you have to improve if you want to consistently win. And I thought we improved yesterday on some things that we talked about and we tried to actually emphasize during the week of practice. So I'll open up with any questions.
Aaron, with Garrett, he obviously is one of your better players. What's your concern level that there's going to be some missed time here?
Well, I don't really want to speak on that right now, Rich, to be honest with you, because I just don't know what it is. And today I have a better understanding of that, and I'll be able to let you know on Wednesday. But it's always a concern when you lose one of your better players. I will say that.
AG, can you talk about what the return of Jermaine and then the insertion of Brownlee into the lineup did for the defensive unit yesterday?
You know, it was huge for us. Brownlee's one of those guys that he's a very physical. He loves man coverage. And he came in, he learned our system fairly quick. And I thought Wilkes and the DB coaches did a good job of that. And, I mean, Jermaine, he's just one of these good players that brings energy. I mean, obviously he can get off the quarterback. He's stout at the point of attack. And, man, when you add that element to your defense, it only helps you. And that showed yesterday, you know, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you what, this Brownlee is a pretty good player, and hopefully he can continue to ascend with us.
Aaron, is your commitment to Justin as strong as it was yesterday after the game, after going back and reviewing the tape?
You know what? Here's what, you know, I thought about this a lot last night. I thought about the question that was asked. And when you look at what Justin did, the games that he played, listen, I didn't think he was bad at all. I actually thought he did some pretty good things in those 4 games. In this 5th game, he took a step back, you know, and I'm with you guys 100%. And we can't have that. You know, we have to get better than that. And he knows that. And he knows that better than anyone, you know. So I don't think you just try to bench a player after having one true bad game, because I thought the other games he played fairly well.
Hey, Aaron, what would be the dynamic, though, in game, not benching him permanently or for weeks or whatever it would be, but
yeah,
when you have a guy that's obviously struggling, wasn't getting the ball out quickly, what goes through your mind about maybe bringing Tyrod in to try to, you know, add a spark or try to do something a little bit different in that game, just in yesterday's game?
Well, I think that's always an issue, because now you start to bring in the dynamic of, man, the quarterback's always thinking, am I going to get pulled, you know, if things are not going right? And again, just like I said before, I think there are a number of things that goes into that. I know that everyone's talking about, man, just to get the ball out, just to get the ball out. And you're right, he has to get it out. But, man, protection has to be good. The players got to get open, too. You know, so you can't just hold the ball. So, man, there's a number of things that we all have to do better at I mean, even me, I have to do better at, man, this is the type of concepts we have to give Justin so he can get the ball out. Just talking with Tanner to make sure we get a chance to do that.
When you spoke to, I don't know if you had, obviously you've been running around, but
Yep.
with regard to Tanner, I mean, there just didn't seem to be much adjustments. You didn't really use Justin's legs. I mean, that's obviously his superpower.
Yeah.
You didn't throw the ball once to Brees, first time in his career he hasn't had a target. Like,
Yeah.
what goes into all that stuff? How does that happen for an entire 60-minute game?
Well, when you look at the game in totality, the passes or the completions Justin had were completions where we had fast motion, getting guys out, and, man, he was getting the ball out fairly quick. We had some type of hitch routes where he can get the ball out fairly quick. And what they were doing, they did a pretty good job because they were sending two guys off the edge to the side of the back and to the quarterback where most of your run game comes from. So the thing is, you just don't want to run into a brick wall when you're talking about quarterback run game. So there's some things that they did, like fairly well to try to eliminate us from doing some of those things that we like to do with the quarterback.
Aaron, you said that Justin took a step back. What do you think the biggest factor in that is? Was it getting the ball out, and how do you fix those things that contributed to that step back?
Well, we got to continue to go back to work. And again, Justin knows that just as well as anybody else. And before that, I thought he was doing a really good job getting the ball out. In this particular game, we didn't get it out as fast as we wanted to. But again, I'm always going to go back to when you watch the tape, there were a number of things that contributed to that also. We got to get open and we got to have better protection. But again, Justin has to get those balls out. And even when we do have these shot plays that we try to get, you just got to give your guys a chance.
Is there anything you would have done differently with regard to your strategy at the end of the first half?
You know what? As I thought about that, and I think the question was asked about the confusion part. When you look at it, man, it was the ref said first down, and that's when we about to respect the ball. And someone else said, no, it's not. It's fourth down. And at that point, man, if we tried to run and play, I thought that's where real confusion is going to come from. So at that point, our staff had just talked about this the day before. But, man, let's try to see if we can get three, defer at the beginning of the game, try to get 3 points out of the halftime, then come back the second half and try to get points again. But you know what, to be honest with you, I wish I could have took the clock down to 5 seconds and just threw a Hail Mary, to be honest with you. But at that point, I want no confusion. Let's just get out the half, guys. We're getting the ball back the second half, and let's get ready to go.
But, Aaron, you could have.
I think the confusing.
Right?
Look,
say it again?
I think the confusing thing about that, though, Aaron, is because you went for it on the fake punt on the 4th and 1, which was a pretty aggressive move.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're gung ho and you're going for this, and then all of a sudden you dial it back, and it looked, to be honest with you, it kind of looks like you didn't have confidence in your offense or your quarterback specifically to get points on the board there.
No, that wasn't it. It was more or less I understood exactly what Denver had, too. I mean, just say if we didn't make it, and I know this hindsight, we didn't make it, man, they have a timeout, and they're right at the 50-yard line, which now I'm actually trying to – it's to the point I'm almost giving those guys points. But I understand I went into this game wanting to be aggressive in that. And at that point, because it was said first down and not first down, guys, let's not have all confusion. Let's just get out this half and get ready to get into the second half. We're getting the ball.
Aaron, you could
and
have.
That's the honest truth with you, to be honest with you. That's what I was thinking.
It just looked, on that fourth down when you were at that midfield point,
Yep.
And obviously they did have the one timeout, but you could have run it right down to the end and thrown a Hail Mary. Just
absolutely.
Maybe, why didn't you at least do that anyway? Just maybe get a pass interference or something like that.
I mean, I know that's easy to say in doing that, but at that point, I thought there was a lot of confusion going on because first down, no first down. I said, guys, let's just get out the half, right? Because we're getting the ball in the second half.
What about
But I would say if I could take, man, let's run it down. Let's get ready to throw the Hail Mary. So I'm with you on that. That's a mistake that I made, and I hold myself accountable for that.
One other strategic question. With the
Yep.
fourth, you took a timeout on the 4th and 1, right before you punted there. And
Take a couple more here.
Why you took the timeout there on the 4th and 1 when you punted?
Oh, on the one, I think we were at like the 30.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it was close to that.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I was thinking about, man, let's be aggressive. Let's get ready to go. So I wanted to actually talk to John Berger about it. And we both said, man, it's probably better to punt in this situation.
One more.
What? Just, Aaron, just a kind of a big picture. I mean, 0-6 is,
Yep.
I mean, it's self-explanatory. But, I mean, what – What do you say to the fans who, who are just, had some high hopes, going into the year, and they're seeing that the Jets are the only winless team right now? And I'm wondering about what's been the feedback you've been getting from Woody Johnson as well.
Yeah, but me and Woody's had like really good conversations, and he understands everything that we're trying to do. Listen, obviously everybody wants to make sure they have a winning record. But here's the thing, that a lot of things that was not heard from the very beginning on, man, we're not talking about Super Bowl. We're trying to build a foundation of making sure that we win consistently. And how do you do that? Man, you just can't just throw things out there and just have an unstable foundation and expect, for things to be just right. And to consistently win, I do know this, there has to be improvement. And to me, I saw improvement within that game. Does that mean that we're going to go on this deal of winning every one of our games? No, but I know this, it gives us a better chance to win. I know everybody wants to win, but no one wants to go through the hard stuff. And that's what we're going through right now. We're going through the hard times to put ourselves in positions to win. So I have all the confidence in the world in this team. I have all the confidence in the world in this coaches. I have confidence in myself. And I'm not going to waver not one bit. There's a number of coaches I've talked to that's been in this situation. I talked to Bill this morning. Hell, I think in 93, 94, he started 1-12. Hell, we beat them 45-0 at that time when I was here with the Jets. So you have to go through these times. You have to figure out exactly how you're going to end up winning games and continue to press forward on that. And I'm not wavering from that. I've been through that with Detroit. I've been through that in New Orleans. And listen, I'm just not. I'm not going to waver from it all. And I understand how it looks on the outside. And the thing is, I told you guys and I told the fans, man, do not let go of the road. The things I know that we're doing is we're trying to build a solid foundation so we can consistently try to win.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. One quick question about the defense.
Thanks.
Do you like the way they responded? They had a players-only meeting. The defense got together. They stressed accountability, the way they flew around yesterday, and also guys in the locker room were talking about the communication being on point.
Well, you know what? That it was a players only, but it was more of just some of the defensive guys got together. They had conversation. It looked really, really good when it comes to how we want to play defense. So, again, I give a lot of credit to Steve Wilkes and that defensive staff and those players, man. And they got together and they want to do well and have a good showing. And I will say this, that is something for us to build on. And I'm looking forward to next week and see exactly how we're going to play. So Harrison, Quinnen, Sauce, all those guys, man, they were accountable for what their issues were. And I thought they came out and they did a really good job as far as sparking this defense.